Hey y'all, it's Saturday afternoon. It's Kate's Garden Chicken and Cat Rambles, and I'm out here. I'm gonna put my green stalk together. I'm not gonna do that on video for you. There's better videos about that. I've got Kaos out here, of course, and Laddie. I told him to stick around, pay a little better attention. This is his second gardening lesson, but you know how he is. So my cucumbers are doing great. Today's nice and sunny. I can probably take them up. But our nights are still getting down into the low 40s, like 42, 44. And because I do have a bunny population and I haven't gotten any fence to go around the garden yet, it protects them. Though somebody, which I think it's been a cat, has been digging in these. There's no poos, but somebody had dug a little divot in there. But tomatoes aren't usually something that's attractive to those guys. So, and I just want to get very inexpensive. I've got plenty of T-posts, but I think sometimes it costs just that little mesh fence. I can, push down, step over it, but it'll keep the chickens from. I mean, of course, they want bad enough they can get in here, but right now there's nothing. So, I'm going to there's a pallet that's underneath the little chicken coop over there, or the honeymoon quarters, and the newlywed, the newlywed apartment's what I'm calling it. They're loft, but they have right here where the entrance to the septic is, there's like a 2-foot hole, and I have one of my flower pots which I want to use over the pipe thing, but I think what I'm gonna do is there's a small square pallet that sits underneath that little coop, and I'm going to take it and set it over that so that I can't step in it, I can fall in it, because there's like 2 big rusting lids here that I don't know why they left them off. I don't know what's the deal. But I'm going to set them all kind of there underneath the pallet. Use those lids to help hold the pallet down. And that way I can put flower pots on it. I can stand on it. If we got to get access, we can get access. And then I'm going to probably leave the fire pit here. I'm probably going to move it off the shade cloth. Move it up a little bit. But this little area here where I'm not going to plant anything. I'm going to plant some green beans. But I'm not going to plant from this little section here. From where that pallet's going to be. I mean, I might plant around it, but probably not. I'll probably set flowers or pots and kind of have a little area out here where I can set here, kind of in the garden, but not in the garden. Here's the edge because there's still weed mat there, and I have to deal with ants. That's a little bit of a rise, and then I'll have my little fire pit over here. So, if I had the materials and the energy and the DIY savvy to do it, I would love to build a little. I saw someone had found like 4 or 5 old doors. Some were solid, several had glass, like old front doors, and they, with hinges, put them all together, kind of almost like if you were going to make a dressing screen, but they curved it and then they mounted them on. They put 2 pallets together and made a little bit of a raised floor, then mounted them on that. And I can't remember, they did some sort of little roof or umbrella top. Can't remember, but it was cute. It was like a cute little, ended up being kind of like a half of a hexagon. Oh, wait a minute. What's the one with 6-sided? Oh my God, I can't remember. You've got 4 doors, it could be half of an octagon, but it's not going to be perfectly like a perfect half moon shape, but because you're going to have the doors, you're going to have little corners. But it was cute. It made like a little sitting area, and I'd love to do something like that. Because talking with Paul and pinning him down, especially after the stroke, is even harder. So I have a feeling that we're going to stay in Delaware at least another 10 years, probably another 10 years until we hit actual retirement age. You can take retirement now, but you would be better off just continue to work for the Air Force as long as he can as a civilian contractor. I mean, he does the same thing he did for 25 years in the Air Force, so might as well, it'll make 45 years total he's been doing it for them by the time he's 65, something like that. But he works on the big planes, and the way they cut back to the military, they gotta have people who know what they're doing, who know how to work all these things, who know their way around, the electronics of a C5 Super Galaxy. Anyway, so enough about Paul. But this I still need to clean out. I'm probably going to do it this week. Because of their hardiness, I don't think there's going to be a problem. I think I can go ahead and get the Mississippi pink-eyed purple-hulled peas in, and then they'll tough it out through the summer. They'll be fine until they're ready to harvest later in the summer. But but I think we're going to be cool enough for the rest of this week, and probably up until this week and maybe the first week in May, that they can get in and then get started, and we'll see how they do. I've never grown them before, so we'll see how they go. But I am going to fill these with those peas. And along, I'm going to grow green beans too, but I haven't decided where I'm going to put them. But I see every year I grow all these green beans. I share them with the neighbors and I eat them, and then, Paul goes on whatever little bad or kick, he's not eating them, but I got to. It's just like, so I may do, just the Mississippi pink-eyed purple-hulled peas over in that little section, because that's 8 foot by 8 by 16. That's 8 by 16. This is about 4.5 by 16. So I think I'll put green beans through here, and then over here where Paul doesn't really want me to plant, but I'm going to probably anything else I put in the bags. If I do some stuff for fall, I've got 3 of the potato bags that are a little bit taller, and then they have a little wall that you pull down so you can see, just reach in and grab your potatoes. Those worked really great last year. So it's kind of late, but I can probably, being Delaware and the way our seasons go, I can probably get away with planting them this late. Hey, don't eat my marigolds, mister. This is not part of gardening. I know they're edible, but doesn't mean that I want you to eat them. Oh my God, finer points of things. And don't step on the cat. You're so nosy. Yeah, they were on the other side of the house, and I come out, and all of a sudden they're like, here they are. So anyway, I may pull those bags out. I may use them for a fall root vegetable, or I might use them for a couple of pumpkins, and then the pumpkin, just grow 2 pumpkins and they can overflow and mine out, whatever. I don't know. But I definitely am going to get pink-eyed purple-hulled peas in, and the Landreth green beans. Those all come from Haas Tools. And I might do some sunflowers over here. That's probably a good idea. It's a good time right now to get them in. The ground's finally at a good temperature. So I'll pull out all these little clumps. Those are holes, of course, and I'll use those holes. But I've got a bunch of sunflower seed left. So maybe I'll just grow some sunflowers over here. Some different herbs. I've got the lemon thyme. I always like a lemon thyme. So these are just, except for the thyme, these are just flowers right now. I need to get some basil in. I didn't grow any from seed, but I think there's a really good nursery here that usually has really, I would love to find some tomatillos for the top, but I will probably put them in bags if I can find some tomatillos. But we'll see. But I think I've decided I'm going to put probably the portulac at top, because it's maybe eye level and it's pretty and it's going to spread. Then I'm going to do the thyme underneath it, because the portulac won't hang really low, but the thyme will hang a bit. Under the thyme, I'm going to put the marigolds, and then I'm going to put one side with these petunias and one with these, and then I think I'll just eventually fill in more petunias around them. So we'll see, because this is just really one plant. So I can probably break it. Well, let's see, I don't know. Yeah. There might be 2 in there, but I think that's just really one. So we'll see. And then again, I might just put them on top. And then put something under it that's not going to get really tall. Like the thyme will bush out, but it'll hang down. Portulac is great. It doesn't need a huge amount of water. And I got that in a pink. This is my preferred colors, but they had a bunch of these, and they didn't have, there was only like 4 packs of them. I don't know if they had got only a few, were just stuck in a flat, but there wasn't like a surplus of them. I just went to my local Ace, and so we'll see. I'm sitting here procrastinating and I wanted Paul to bring in the other bag of soil over here. Otherwise, what I'm probably going to have to do is open it over there by the truck, build it up in here, and lug it or drag it over here. I still got about half a bag here, so I can get started. And I may not even put it all together. I may just get them planted in it, and we'll see, because these are really deep. I have a feeling it's going to take a half a bag of soil at least per tub. I didn't realize how deep they were. So I may only just get one filled up, and I may just make it a variety of everything, a little bit of everything, and then one at a time, and then later this week I'll go to one of the nurseries and get a few more annuals to put in it, on herbs. And here are Laddie and Flower. They're working on their digging and their weeding. They're not real fast, and they do miss some weeds. They seem to just eat the ones they like. I mean, they're standing on a bunch of little wild strawberry right under his feet. You see some little yellow flowers. Let's see if I can get my big head out of the way. The sun's behind me because I didn't want it in my face, but those are wild strawberry plants, and they grow around here like grass. It's crazy. So sometimes I leave it. Depends if they're going to choke something out. The birds will peck at them a little bit, the chickens and the wild birds. I'm going to catch her tonight while she's on the roost, and she needs a booty trim. Looks like she's probably had a little egg discharge or something wet, and then she goes and dust bathes. So now her butt looks fine. That stuff I'm not going to show you the ins and outs that I'm looking at, but she does need to trim those booty hairs. And I do that a lot in the summer here. I will grab the girls, and I will get my scissors used for cutting hair, and I'll take down about half the height, just around the bottom of their booty. Just because of summer, you can deal with fly strike if you get some mess back there and you just don't catch it. It doesn't take long. Plus, it's hot. And there's a reason we like to wear shorts in the summer, The reason you like to have some air go up your short legs and your skirt, because it gets hot back there. So it's going to be hot for them too. Look at him. He's like, I'm just standing here being stoic. Don't pretend. I know you're not big into gardening. You think it's a girl thing. Yeah, she does great, but she also does great at eating things. Yeah, and getting in pots. So I think for stability, once I get this, I'm going to put this all together, but I think I'm going to get a bag of maybe river rock, something small, something but heavy, to help weigh this down, to give it stability. And on that very bottom where they can almost, where they can just reach their head in, because it's a good 12 inches or more, where they can stick their head in and probably get a leg up in there, I'm just going to put some gravel for weight. And then maybe I'll, because it'll get water, I might put some little, maybe some hens and chickens or some other little succulents, stuff that likes to grow in rock. Because it's really no problem to, I have done that before in a pot where I'll fill it with gravel, and then I'll put about 1 inch of dirt, and then I'll cover that with the gravel, and I'll just stick the little succulent in the top, and it's amazing how much it reaches down there. But I think that will be a good stabilizer, and it'll protect anything that gets planted on the bottom. And then right above that is why I'm thinking I'll do marigolds, because the marigolds, because they won't eat them, and they won't dangle down, and so it'll be above their head height by the time there's something that might look like it might want to be tasty or nibbled on. So far they've been pretty good, but chickens like herbs. They'll eat your thyme and your basil and your oregano. Look at you. You're doing so good. I wanted to pull that stuff out around there. I really did. And you're loosening it up. That's awesome. So, you know, you can get good helpers out of your chickens. They're not just for eggs anymore. All right, so I'm going to get this stuff planted, let you go. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. And I'm hoping you're having as beautiful a Saturday afternoon as I am. Green, green, green. I love green. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, Laddie, about your lack of gardening skills. But, you know, we do need some security around here. Yeah. So we don't need bunnies or any of those sparrows. Yeah. Or any snakes or anything busting up on us when we're not paying attention. Do we, Flower? She's like, yeah, I'm with you, girl. Yeah. It's all right. We're going to finish our gardening. He heard something. He's growling. My hero. Bye, y'all.